afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
It gets tricky to keep track of it after the holidays.
January 4th, 2022.
Yes, here we are.
Here we are, and here's the topping the news today. Just as we are warming up, we'll put that in quotes a bit today. That's changing in a hurry. Cold, wind, and snow all on the way starting tonight. We'll have your forecast packed with 2 alert days.
Meanwhile, a tangled web of lies. That is how prosecutors presented their case against Chandler Halderson in opening statements today. We'll hear from both sides, plus his brother, who was one of the first to testify today.
And the post-holiday COVID surge is in full effect, leading to expanded testing in Dane County and more concern from doctors. But first, let's take a look outside. The snowman are out.
That's a cute wintry picture.
2 of them, in fact. No melting, though, I don't think. Close to freezing, but not that bad.
And they're going to get even bigger and fatter over the next couple of days.
A little snow, lots of wind, though. Dana's in the backyard. Sounds like a pleasant day tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow might be a little messy outside for us, guys. Not to play well, actually, but we do have winter weather advisories in effect for tonight into Wednesday morning. We're not expecting a ton of snow to come through. Right now, you can see that lighter snow off to the northwest. As that builds in, though, it's going to come along with some really high winds for us. So wind gusts tomorrow morning, generally close to 40 miles per hour, possibly even getting into the middle 40s. Again, those are wind gusts, sustained wind speeds, and the upper 20s, close to 30 miles per hour throughout the early portion of Wednesday. So we have an alert day in the forecast for tonight and Wednesday now. Really concerned about that wind picking up. Generally, snow totals trending close to an inch. So again, not a lot of snow. The primary concern here is the reduced visibility from blowing snow throughout the day. Temperature-wise, we're pretty cold, pretty dry. So this is going to be light snow just blowing around for us. Looking at traffic conditions right now, things fairly smooth across the Beltline and the interstate. It really seems like things got cleaned up a little bit more over the last few days, which is some good news because I think some of these rural routes are going to be a little messy tomorrow morning with the drifting concerns coming through. From the Beltline to Janesville, 25 minutes, 15 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City and downtown to Sun Prairie, about a 17-minute drive this evening. We'll take a closer look at the timing for some light snow tomorrow and our next alert day on Friday in just a few minutes.
The hits keep coming. Thank you, Dana. This is a live shot of the trial of Chandler Halderson, the Dane County man who's accused of killing and dismembering his parents last July. Today, we heard opening statements from both the defense and the prosecution. And this afternoon, Chandler's brother, Mitchell, has taken the stand. Currently, Zach Reed, an air conditioner technician, is on the stand. But there have been many witnesses today.
And joining us now to break down what has happened in the courtroom so far today is our Brady Mallory. Brady?
During opening statements, prosecution focused on a series of lies Chandler Halderson allegedly told his parents before their murders. But defense says that doesn't prove Halderson is guilty. Dane County Assistant District Attorney William Brown says Halderson consistently lied to his parents about going to Madison College and working at American Family Insurance. However, prosecutors say records show Halderson did not attend Madison College for more than a semester, and nobody at American Family Insurance had a record of him even working there. That's what leads us to what the prosecution says is the motive. Attorneys argue Halderson murdered his parents when his father, Bart, found out about the lying about the going to Madison College. Defense says Halderson, though, is a normal kid and argues prosecution will talk more about what happened before and after his parents' deaths, but says there is a gap in evidence when it comes to what actually happened to them, which doesn't prove Halderson actually killed his parents.
This is the only time we get to have this trial. You get one trial in the United States of America, and I have to do it right. So if that means calling a lot of witnesses, I apologize in advance. If it means calling experts to say things that maybe you already know, I apologize in advance. But I'm going to do my job right.
12, 18, 100 reasonable people can look at a certain situation and form a different conclusion. And when you're talking about a system where you need to be convinced beyond a reasonable doubt, you better make very sure that you're excluding all of the other things that these facts could mean.
The prosecution alleges it was Chandler who shot Bart using a rifle he got from a friend. Defense reminded the jury of the presumption of innocence everyone is guaranteed as they go on trial, and not to make assumptions.
Brady, thank you. Following openings, prosecution started laying down its case, calling deputies and other investigators. Chandler Halderson's older brother Mitchell was called to the stand. He said that there may have been a monetary motive of life insurance behind Chandler allegedly killing their parents.
How much do you believe that you will end up getting out of life insurance because of their deaths?
They have a few different policies. It is in the, if I'm remembering correctly, it is in the ballpark of around $1 million.
That includes the house as well.
Yeah, I don't believe that's including the house, actually.
Mitchell Halderson said he got concerned when none of his messages to his parents were being returned, and he drove 3 hours to the family's cabin. In body cam video played in court, the brother can be seen touring the place with members of the Langley County Sheriff's Department. Authorities broke the locks with Mitchell Halderson's permission to get inside, but did not find any sign that anyone had been there.
We have many resources for you to get access to all of the information regarding this lengthy trial on channel3000.com. We have a live stream of the trial, and there is also a timeline of all of the events that led up to the trial from the last time the Haldersons were seen all the way to the trial date. You can also find updates on the Channel 3000 News app.
In Wisconsin and across the United States, children face a dangerous reality. Pediatric COVID-19 vaccinations lags behind other age groups, while hospitalizations of children are on the rise in many parts of the country. In the U.S., the 7-day average of hospitalizations for children ages 0 to 17 was 574 per 100,000. Between December 26th and January 1st, in the previous week, hospitalizations were at an average of 294, an increase of about 96% in just 1 week. All this data shows that there is a glaring need to vaccinate our young people. That's according to Dr. James Conway, pediatric infectious disease physician and medical director at UW Health.
The tricky part about kids is, unlike adults, kids sort of have two opportunities that they can get hospitalized. They can get hospitalized with the acute respiratory illness from the infection, the same way the adults do. And then kids, often the healthy ones, as they recover from COVID, about 4 to 8 weeks later, have this opportunity to get what's called MIS-C, multisystem inflammatory syndrome. They basically fight off the virus, and then their immune system just kind of overdoes it. And
with children returning to school after the holiday break, Dr. Conway said it would be important to get your children's vaccine series complete or get them started immediately. President Biden is investing more in the fight against COVID, ordering 20 million treatment courses of Pfizer's antiviral pill.
The president said 10 million treatment courses will be delivered by June.
The president also pressed people to get vaccinated and boosted as the U.S. deals with a record number of cases. Wendy Gillette has the latest.
Folks.
President Biden announced the government is doubling its purchase of Pfizer's COVID-19 treatment pill as the Omicron variant drives an unprecedented surge in cases.
These pills are going to dramatically decrease hospitalizations and deaths from COVID-19. They're a game changer.
In Connecticut, the National Guard helped local officials with shipments of home testing kits amid continued high demand for PCR and rapid tests around the country. Maryland's governor declared a 30-day state of emergency.
The next 4 to 6 weeks will be the most challenging time of the entire pandemic.
President Biden says the government is adding more testing sites around the country. And starting next week, insurance carriers will begin reimbursing for at-home tests. The CDC is now recommending booster shots of the Pfizer vaccine 5 months after the second dose instead of 6 months. And immunocompromised children as young as 5 can receive the additional shot. Rising cases are a challenge for schools, and some in Texas are considering outdoor lunch.
I know the district's taking a look at that practice to see what can be done.
The Los Angeles School District is requiring all students and staff to show proof of a negative test before returning to class next week.
So many people we know have gotten it recently.
With pediatric hospitalizations in the U.S. at an all-time high, other cities are switching to remote learning that could last several weeks. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, New York.
Last week, tens of thousands of residents in Boulder, Colorado were forced out of their homes by wind-whipped wildfires. Over 500 homes burned to the ground. And among those who lost everything were Wisconsin natives and UW-Madison grads Megan Monroe and Bryan Fuentes. Megan grew up in Lake Mills and moved to the Boulder, Colorado area with her husband and their 2 children, ages 6 and 4, a few years ago. They built their dream house in the foothills. Last Thursday, the couple saw smoke and fire trucks in the distance and left their home to stay with a friend. A few days later, the sheriff let them back to see what was left of their home.
I mean, our house is unbelievable. I mean, everything's completely melted or burned and gone, and nothing's there. Complete and total loss for us and for so many people, I think, and it came so fast.
As for what's next for Megan, Bryan, and the children, it's a little too early to tell. They built their old home by themselves, and they say they're not sure they have the emotional strength right now. For now, they're just happy that no lives were lost amid the massive destruction.
Fire crews responded to a reported fire at the Didion ethanol plant in Cambria last night. A Columbia County dispatcher confirmed crews were battling a fire at a facility along Cabbage Road. Firefighters were called to the scene just before 8:40 p.m. Today, Cambria Fire Department officials say no injuries were reported as a result of the fire. The flames were reportedly coming from a piece of equipment and were contained very quickly. An explosion at the adjacent Didion grain mill in 2017 killed 5 people and injured 14 others. In 2020, a manager was found dead inside a corn silo after going inside to clean debris.
The Department of Natural Resources is expanding a habitat area on the edge of Lake Mendota thanks to a private donation. Bill Towell and family are donating over 40 acres on the north side of Lake Mendota to be called the Towell Family State Habitat. This donation will not only assist DNR fisheries in keeping the Yahara River chain stocked and fish healthy, but will also assist in stormwater retention and flood prevention.
This land, this new habitat that you're looking at, will also create some amazing recreational opportunities and some fantastic fun memories for generations to come.
Bill was incredibly thankful to the DNR and all that they did in the area.
Transportation officials in Virginia spent the morning trying to rescue hundreds of people stuck overnight in their cars on I-95. In below freezing temperatures, many posted on social media saying they're running out of food, fuel, and water. The busy interstate was shut down in both directions because of a crash involving 6 tractor trailers during one of the biggest snowstorms to hit the mid-Atlantic region in years.
We are extremely concerned for people who have limited supply of food, water, and gas, because if they don't have gas, they can't keep their car running and they might be freezing.
Some cars are still stuck right now. Airports also bore the brunt of the storm, canceling even more flights on top of the thousands already scrubbed. Today, Virginia's DOT officials sent snowplows, tow trucks, and emergency vehicles to the interstate and have been helping people move along all day.
A jury has convicted the founder of a failed blood testing company after a nearly 4-month-long trial. Elizabeth Holmes told investors that her startup, Theranos, could find abnormalities in tiny blood samples. She was found guilty on 4 counts of fraud and conspiracy. Holmes had been considered a visionary who could change the biotech industry with technology that she claimed could test for hundreds of health problems with just a few drops of blood. She left Stanford University at 19 to found her company Theranos in 2003, and in 2015 she spoke with Nora O'Donnell.
It sounds genius, but what about those who say that's not enough blood to do all the tests that need to be done, especially if someone's very sick and you're trying to figure out what it is?
Every time you create something new, there should be questions. And to me, that's a sign that you've actually done something that is transformative.
The judge in the trial will now look towards sentencing. Each count comes with a sentence of up to 20 years. Holmes will have an opportunity to appeal, and the Theranos legal drama is not over. Eyes next will be on her ex-boyfriend, the former COO of Theranos, Ramesh Balwani, whose own trial is expected to start in February.
Well, coming up, we'll have more on the Halderson murder trial.
We'll find out why this trial is gaining so much national attention from the reporter covering it for Court TV. We'll have that conversation when Live at 4 continues.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
This is Connie Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. While things have changed, it's still necessary for families to stay connected. And when it comes to the loss of a loved one, it's important to process and grieve and honor your loved one in a way that keeps everyone safe. We're doing this through intimate services and private virtual streaming so your family can be part of the service no matter where they are. Ryan Funeral Homes are here with your safety in mind and compassionate care in your time of need.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists and has helped over 1 million people. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
No matter what you do, who you are, or how much money you earn, when it comes to doing taxes, don't go it alone. Jackson Hewitt Tax Pros will make certain you don't miss out on a single deduction. Get the biggest refund you deserve at Jackson Hewitt.
New year, new shape.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
You deserve to do something for yourself this year. And with Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Welcome back. The co-hosts on The View are working remotely now after co-host Whoopi Goldberg tested positive for COVID-19.
Co-host Joy Behar told viewers the case is mild so far since Goldberg is both vaccinated and boosted. She said Goldberg should be back next week. Production should return to normal. Then, fellow panelists Sunny Hostin, Sarah Haynes, and guest host Anna Navarro were also on air remotely. Host said her mom had tested positive for COVID-19 over the holiday break, and they had to celebrate over FaceTime.
Betty White, it turns out, will not be buried in Mineral Point next to her late husband, Alan Ludden, a Mineral Point native.
That's according to White's agent. Meanwhile, fans of the actress are asking everyone to donate $5 to an animal shelter or rescue of their choice in her name. It's called the Betty White Challenge, and it calls for donations to be made by January 17th. That would have been White's 100th birthday. The beloved actress was well known for her love of animals, and of course, she died on New Year's Eve. Tech stocks took a hit on Wall Street today. However, the Dow Industrials added 214 points for a record-setting close of 36,799. The NASDAQ lost 210 points. The S&P 500 gave up 3.
Well, today was the first day in what many expect to be a 3-week trial in the death of Bart and Krista Halderson.
Chanley Painter is covering the trial for Court TV. She joins us now from downtown Madison. Chanley, welcome.
Hi, welcome to Madison, Chanley. Good to see you.
Hey, Susan and Mark, great to be with you.
Why do you think there's such national interest in this trial?
Yeah, this is such an incomprehensible set of facts. I think what really attracts people to watch this trial is there is a 23-year-old kid, basically, who is accused of the most horrific crime. Killing, murdering his parents, both of his parents, in a brutal way. And then not only that, dismembering their bodies and placing pieces of their bodies all across Dane County here in Wisconsin. And the question, I know for a lot of people, is why would a kid allegedly do such a thing? And so today in opening statements, we were hearing a lot more about what the prosecution has against Chandler Halderson and maybe filling in some of those gaps a little bit as to why this could happen. Maybe that he told so many lies. He really spun a web of lies, according to prosecutors, over the months leading up to his parents' murder in July of last year, that he could not go any further. He had nothing left to do but
Let's see if she's going to unstick there.
We're stuck on Zoom, I think.
Yeah. Do you want us to wait it out for a second, or should we just go to a break?
It's not coming back. All right.
Well, that's unfortunate. But hopefully we'll get to talk to Chandler again as the trial continues.
Yeah, 3 or 4 week trial. So hopefully we'll get that straightened out. Still to come at 4, your next room service meal might be delivered by robots.
The nationwide worker shortage is forcing some companies to seek extra help in creative ways. We'll have that story when Live at 4 continues.
Start the new year off right with Menard's bag sale. Pick up a bag in store and get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag now through January 15th. Whether you pack it, load it, stuff it, or stack it. From light bulbs to tools, snacks, and much more. Fit it in the bag and save 15%. So pick up a bag in store and find out how much you fit in the bag now through January 15th.
Family is just very important. She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy, been treated my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene, Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
For all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
About 40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Take a look at this. Pandas at the Smithsonian National Zoo tromped through the snow yesterday as a winter storm swept through the region. The snow closed government offices and schools in the D.C. area, grounded the president's helicopter, but this little guy could care less. As much as 10 inches of snow fell and the new panda was a little leery during his first encounter with snow, but the 16-month-old quickly got used to it. Plowed face first into the fresh powder. His belly slides got a 10 out of 10 from the judges.
Oh, that's so fun. That's so cute.
It is so much fun to watch.
You could watch it all day long. Well, a watched pot never boils, right? Which is extra frustrating when you're waiting to toss in some pasta.
Step away from the stove as you can celebrate National Spaghetti Day today. The Italian noodles are used in all sorts of dishes, which generally have more to do with the sauce that's used from the variety of pasta. Spaghetti's a favorite for versatility and ease of cooking. You can also feed up plenty of people for pennies a plate. However you prepare it, make sure you salt the water first. Why is that? Why do you salt the water first?
I think it's just so it tastes better.
Well, it makes the water boil
and it
faster.
boils hotter.
Yeah,
the water boils hotter, right?
Yeah.
And don't slurp.
Don't slurp. Don't slurp. No, no.
That looks good. Now we're hungry.
Now I'm hungry.
I love spaghetti.
Especially in weather like this.
Yes, some garlic bread, a nice little tossed Italian salad.
Stop now.
We'll work on that during the break, guys. But yes, you're right. A nice warm dish tonight. Some pasta might be good for the soul. It's a little cold outside, a little windy already, and soon to get a little snowy for us tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the alert day and the forecast for tonight and Wednesday right after the break.
As you remodel, don't toss your cabinets and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Give your items a second life while proceeds build Habitat for Humanity homes. Donate today. Habitat Restore, Dane County.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same. Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years, and our priority is investing in the community and your family. In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the boxwoods as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Just 2 pills for all-day pain relief. Aleve it and see what's possible. And also try Aleve X topical pain relief.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
And we'll get to the weather in just a minute, but first we've reestablished our connection with Chandler Painter from Court TV, talking about the Halderson trial. Good to see you back here.
Sorry about
we
that.
Got the Zoom unstuck.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me back. This trial here is something that, a lot of Court TV viewers are so into, and we expect this to be a long trial. This is something the prosecutors today really established a mountain of evidence against 23-year-old Chandler Halderson here, building really a timeline of events that's quite damaging in his actions, witnesses that can pinpoint him to locations where pieces of his parents' body parts were later discovered, where the alleged murder weapon was discovered. And there's also going to be a lot of experts involved in this trial in the coming days. Of course, the medical experts, but also internet forensic experts. He made, allegedly, the defendant some damaging Google searches the day after he reported his parents missing. Also, cell phone experts, video surveillance is going to be a big case for the prosecution here, and we will have to see what, if anything, the defense does along the way, if they even choose to put on the case when it does become their turn.
And you just read my mind. I was just going to ask you that. What do you think is the #1 thing that both the prosecutors and the defense have to do in this trial?
Well, the burden here is clearly on the prosecution, and you can tell from out of the gate this morning with the opening statement, it was a long, methodical opening statement from the prosecution because they have to build the blocks to build against this defendant. They have the burden of here beyond a reasonable doubt, so they're using every little piece of evidence, big and small. It's a circumstantial case against Chandler Halderson here. Now, the defense, their opening statement was significantly shorter earlier today, and it was essentially telling the jury that he's innocent. He did not kill his parents, and they asked the jury to keep an eye out, to keep an ear open for the what the state does not tell them, to not assume anything, that he's presumed innocent, and to look for the reasonable doubt in the case. They say, yes, there is a timeline before and after, but this jury, according to the defense, will still not know at the end of the trial how the Haldersons died, how they were murdered. So that was the crux of the defense opening statement. So far today during the prosecution's case, they aren't really cross-examining many of the witnesses so far. We'll see, and will the defendant himself eventually take the witness stand? That's always a big moment in any trial.
It's going to be a fascinating few weeks, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is.
Chandler, we'll check in with you, I'm sure, along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
All right, here's Dana now with the forecast, and we got maybe a messy commute in the morning.
Yeah, things are looking a little messy outside tomorrow. We'll have a little bit of snow on the ground, but a lot of snow swirling about. Blowing snow, more of our concern for early Wednesday morning. So we now have an alert date in the forecast for tonight and for early Wednesday because of those blowing snow showers and some light flurries coming down. So visibility reduced significantly for us tomorrow morning through most of southern Wisconsin, actually. Right now, roads have been pretty clear, but it's those rural routes I would say we're a little more concerned about, where things get a little flatter in southern Wisconsin to see that blowing snow really pick up. Mostly cloudy right now. Temperatures pretty close to freezing for us. This light snow starts to build in as we get closer to midnight, develops and stays with us overnight, seeing the highest totals north of Dane County, but all of this sweeping down is just going to add to the light dusting and really give us, again, the reduced visibility for early Wednesday morning. So this is about 7-8 o'clock morning commute time. We have some light snow coming down and also those surface winds picking up throughout the morning. That continues into early afternoon before the snow tapers off to an end late in the day on Wednesday. As far as accumulation totals, generally trending about an inch for us in southern Wisconsin. North of the Dells, those totals climb quite a bit higher. So not a major snow event, but the primary concern here, of course, is the wind coming through. Sustained wind speeds tomorrow will get up into the upper 20s, even low 30s at times, with wind gusts climbing even higher than that. As we saw earlier, wind gusts could easily get into the mid to low 40s. So we do have winter weather advisories also in effect for tonight into Wednesday morning throughout southern Wisconsin. After we get through that event, things get quite cold outside. For Friday morning, temperatures will drop below zero, with wind chills trending well below zero throughout the course of the day. We're also seeing that for the start of next week. Now, as we look ahead to Monday morning, temperatures likely in the single digits below zero early in the day and likely staying in the single digits through the afternoon. So we've added another alert day or alert days into the forecast for Friday and for Monday to start off next week. For both days, wind chills will stay below zero throughout the day. We might even start off the day with wind chills close to 25 below. So once we get through the snow again, things get quite cold outside. Windy tomorrow with wind speeds about 20 to 35 miles per hour. Wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour possible. So because of this, that blowing snow, quite a concern for us tomorrow. It's going to be very cold outside, very dry. Also, that's leading to that lighter snow coming down. Temperatures will be in the mid-teens, low teens for us on Thursday, with overnight lows dropping well below zero for early Friday morning. Friday, an alert day due to the cold. High temperatures will be in the single digits with wind chills below zero throughout the day. For Saturday and Sunday, high temperatures will be in the 20s. Might see some flurries on Sunday, but the focus through the weekend will be getting ready for Monday morning, where we're yet again dropping below zero for overnight lows, afternoon highs in the single digits. For the middle of next week, it does look like we'll see a little bit of a rebound in our temperatures, closer to average, near 30 degrees, heading towards the middle of next week. But the next few days, we've got some weather to keep an eye on.
It's only the first week in January.
I know.
It's here.
I know, it's winter.
It is definitely winter. It definitely feels like it outside right now. Now it looks like it too.
All right, Dana. Thanks, you.
Dana.
Well, difficulty in filling many service jobs is leaving hotels scrambling to provide room service.
In some companies, robots are now doing the work, to the surprise and the delight of guests.
David Louis shows us the robots in action.
This is how hotels are dealing with staffing shortages. A guest would like a soft drink delivered to the room. This robot will handle the task. Designed by Silicon Valley's Savvy Oak, the Relay robot is ready to deliver.
They're in this kind of crunch mode where the higher paid staff are filling in for things that, frankly, robots can do.
The robot needs to be trained only once to navigate the lobby and hallways. It even has been adapted to call for an elevator. Once inside, it can press the button for the designated floor. Hotel corridors can be tricky to navigate, even for humans, with housekeeping carts and other guests. So what happens when this robot comes and I happen to be in the way? It's trying to work around me. And if I step in this path again, well, we could do sort of a dance here, couldn't we? Look at that. It's that playful characteristic that makes the robot almost human, but it really is good at getting around people. Look at how it handles a crowded lobby. Once it gets to the room, it calls the guest to announce its arrival.
Our robot is waiting outside your door for you to pick it up.
The robot opens its compartment door, and there's the soft drink the guest requested.
You don't have to tip it. There's no obligation. There's no handout. And you don't even have to get dressed for it.
The robot has reduced room service from 30 down to 5 minutes in many cases. It also reduces COVID anxiety.
There's guests that like the fact that they can have items delivered and not have that contact with the human being. And again, it's more of an enhanced experience than it is replacing someone.
The robot's on call 24/7. It doesn't have days off or take vacations.
All right, it's been nice, Susan.
I was just going to say, yep, fascinating and frightening.
At the same time. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, Consumer Reports tells us what the best things are to buy for the month of January.
And then coming up next hour at 5, Wisconsin Republicans want to use one-time federal funds to incentivize law enforcement. Democrats say that doesn't fix the long-term problem. We'll have that story at 5.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
Oh my gosh, wow. Who am I? Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Annette, and I'm an actress. Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. They're so hard to hide and so hard to get rid of. I came across Plexiderm, and I was so excited. We have a model. His name is Richie, and all he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes.
This new year, in just 10 minutes, you'll look incredible.
This is something that you can do in the convenience of your own home. It's a cream. It's a topical. It literally creates an invisible layer that tightens the skin and smooths it out. All you do is gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it
visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes.
My real true opinion is holy
words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
I can't even believe that this worked. I was a little skeptical, I am not going to lie, because I saw people online with it, and I'm like, yeah, right, that can't possibly work. I'm telling you, it really works.
I thought I might see a little difference, but to see that big of a difference, and I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing. I love it.
I did this to my father at home because I was skeptical. Yes, I admit it. 4 minutes, 34 seconds. The appearance of his under eye bag was completely gone. We were screaming. You have an event, you have any of those moments where you want to feel the best about yourself. I am telling you, the videos that you see on social media and TV are real.
This new year is the best time to get Plexiderm for only $14.95 and see it work for yourself after your first application. Your solution is at plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Tonight at 5, opening statements for the Chandler Halderson homicide trial. What the prosecution believes was the motive for him to kill his parents. We'll have a full report.
We have an alert day in the forecast for light snow and strong winds that will lead to blowing snow for tonight and tomorrow. Bitterly cold weather arrives on Friday. Our first warn forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Wisconsin GOP lawmakers want to offer law enforcement incentives, what they are proposing and why, tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
A live look at downtown Madison on this Tuesday. The sky's still a little bright. We're getting there.
Sun is setting. Yeah, pretty shot.
Yep. Well, the holidays are now over, and you and your bank account might want a break from all the shopping.
Consumer Reports reveals the best things to buy this month that will help you reach your goals and won't hurt your wallet.
Leah Lynchide tells us more.
New year, new goals. So you might be on the lookout for products that can help you start the new year right. Consumer Reports tracks the prices of many of its top tested products all year long, so it knows exactly when to shop for them. Here are the top products to look out for in this month's best time to buy.
There may not be a ton of big sales this month, but you can still find great value on great products. Things like ellipticals and treadmills, if you want to start a home gym, they can run upwards of $4,000, but there are some great options out there that are way, way less.
This Horizon 7.0 at Treadmill is a Consumer Reports Best Buy and is $999 at Horizon Fitness. CR says high-end ellipticals cost upwards of $2,500, but you can get a good machine for less than half that price. The Schwinn 470 elliptical is $999 at Amazon, Walmart, and Best Buy. And with your New Year's resolutions, why not get a fitness tracker that can help you reach your goals?
If you're thinking about buying a fitness tracker to help your New Year's resolutions, there are plenty of options out there to suit every need and every budget. Some have fancy features like heart rate monitoring, sleep tracking, where others are much more simple and bare bones and will count your steps and give you just the right amount of data.
The Garmin Forerunner 35 fitness tracker is another CR Best Buy for $120 at Walmart. This fitness tracker aces most of CR's tests and has a claimed battery life of 9 days. Next, whether you're buying a new TV or you want to make the one you have sound better, soundbars offer a great upgrade. CR found the Sonos Beam soundbar on sale for $350 at Best Buy. CR says Sonos products rarely go on sale, and this is $30 better than the Black Friday sale price. Have a happy and healthy New Year. This is Leah Lynchide for News 3 Now.
We will, Leah.
And don't forget about those gift cards you may have received for the holidays. It's always a good idea to put them to use before you forget about them or they expire, which happens a lot.
It does happen a lot. Coming up next at 4, coronavirus infection records are being broken across the globe and Wisconsin as well.
UW Health's Dr. Jeff Potoff will join us with the latest news on vaccines and boosters when Live at 4 continues.
Habitat homes are built and bought by the hard-working families that live in them. Through affordable mortgages backed by your donations, Habitat Dane County offers a chance for these families to invest in their future and their community. Please donate or volunteer today.
Dry eye symptoms driving you crazy? Inflammation might be to blame.
Time for ache and burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid eye drop specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xiidra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts. Talk to an eye doctor about Xiidra.
I'd prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Clog their defenses.
Sir, yes, sir!
Combat leaves debris and damage to your home and property all year round with a solution you can get and forget. LeafGuard is the only gutter system guaranteed never to clog, whatever the weather. Call 1-833-LeafGuard today for a free in-home estimate and get a $50 gift card. Defend your gutters from clogs forever with LeafGuard. Call 1-833-LeafGuard today.
USAA is made for the safe pilots, like Matt, who can come to a stop with barely a bobble. With USAA Safe Pilot, when you drive safe, you can save up to 30% on your auto insurance. USAA, what you're made of, we're made for. Get a quote today.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. When it comes to saving money, the Marshalls are masterful. But back in the day, that was not the case. Today, savings is what drives them. That's why they chose Consumer Cellular.
You live and learn.
They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. Plus, AARP members get exclusive discounts. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
In a recent clinical study,
patients using Salonpas patch reported reductions in pain severity,
using less or a lot less oral pain medicines,
and improved quality of life. That's why we recommend Salonpas. It's good medicine.
About 40% off lenses with purchase of a frame. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Some good news with traffic conditions right now. Things actually look pretty smooth for us on the interstate. Seeing a few delays eastbound along the Beltline, but no accidents popping up in my system right now to report on. We'll keep a close eye on things, though, as the evening progresses. That's a quick look at traffic.
Thank you, Dana. Speaking of traffic, surveillance footage shows a puzzled driver accidentally ending up on the tramway tracks in Istanbul, Turkey, after missing a turn on the main road, leaving passengers on the platform stunned. The car eventually got stuck on the tracks, had to be removed by the fire department. No one was injured. I love the reaction of those people.
Right.
Car zips by. Millions of children will soon be eligible for a COVID booster shot.
The FDA has authorized Pfizer booster shots for 12 to 15-year-olds.
This is the CDC says 95% of new infections in the U.S. are the Omicron variant. UW Health's Chief Quality Officer, Dr. Jeff Potoff, joining us once again. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Dr. Potoff. Good to see you.
Good to see both of you, too.
What's the situation at the UW Hospital right now in terms of beds?
It's not great right now. With that huge Omicron surge, we found ourselves turning away patients, multiple days now with multiple patients that, despite wanting to get them in here, doing everything we can to get them in here, it wouldn't just be safe to have them come this way. We can't take care of them right now.
We are just coming off the holidays when everyone was packed together. Is this going to be the worst period that we go through right now? I guess the question everybody is wondering is, when is this Omicron wave going to crest?
Yeah, it's hard to say this almost 3 years into the pandemic, but I do think our darkest days are going to be the next several weeks. I'm hopeful that Omicron can move through quickly, but we just don't know yet how quickly it'll move through. But what we do know is we are seeing a tremendous increase in cases like we've never seen before. And even though, as a general rule, Omicron is less severe if you look at a large population, the sheer number of cases are actually driving hospitalizations up at a time when we really can't take additional patients.
So the advice, if you're not vaccinated, I guess would be to get vaccinated.
Yeah, I think it's becoming really clear, if you're unvaccinated, the simple truth is that you are now contributing to the harm of other people who want to get healthcare resources but can't because you've made a decision not to get vaccinated. So just really a plea out to those folks to look at it that way, and please do your part to stem hospitalizations so that other folks who really need health care have a chance.
Let's talk a little bit about boosters for children. How will getting kids 12 to 15 boosted help in schools and with the overall spread of Omicron?
Yeah, I think this could help with the spread of Omicron. It could help keeping our kids in school and keeping those teachers from being out. As we vaccinate kids or people in general, their likelihood of coming down with Omicron decreases by quite a bit. It doesn't go to zero, but it decreases, which means less cases in schools, less kids out, less kids spreading it to other kids in school and their teachers, and does give us a chance of having a more normal school year during this, last part of the school year.
And the key to a lot of this is testing, and I guess the question is, how accurate are those home tests?
We're learning that some of the home tests may not pick up Omicron quite as well as other variants. I think, the other issue with regards to not accuracy, but it's just availability. What we're starting to see is that it's apparent that more people are just assuming that they have COVID when they have symptoms just because they're struggling to get access to tests. And more people are just relying on their home test. If they do a home test and it's positive, they just assume they have COVID, which means that despite the record-breaking numbers that we're seeing right now, it's likely an underreporting of total cases.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because when we talk about Omicron cases, the numbers are scary. And I'm wondering if we should be talking about it a little bit differently. Should we be talking about hospitalizations that you mentioned before rather than cases to try to get this in perspective?
I think throughout the pandemic, there was this idea that if we did certain things, vaccination, mitigation efforts, and things like that, we could just avoid coming in contact with the virus at all. I think that's a little bit less likely with how contagious Omicron is and how widespread it is. It's likely all of us will come in contact with it, and then it's just a matter of, do our vaccines hold, which oftentimes they do. We won't get sick. If we do get sick, we won't need a hospital. And if we're the rare person that needs a hospital, we won't be in the hospital for very many days. Compared to the unvaccinated, who are more than likely to get sick, they're more likely to need a hospital bed. And when they're in the hospital, they don't take that bed up for 2 or 3 days. They can take that bed up for 30 days, keeping anyone else from using it. So it really is about reducing the number of people, the number of days that we're consuming hospital beds at this point in the pandemic.
Get back to basics. Wear a mask, wash your hands 6 feet apart. Here we go again.
Yeah.
Doctor, thanks for being with us today. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
Thank you, Dr. Potoff. We appreciate your time.
We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
This is why you want Farmers Claim Forgiveness. Your home premium won't go up just because of this.
Wow, that's something.
You get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy Perks. Get a quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
An alert day is in the forecast for snow and blowing snow tonight and tomorrow. I'll tell you how much snow to expect.
And opening statements for the Chandler Halderson homicide trial. What the prosecution believes was the motive for him to kill his parents is coming up tonight at 5.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team advocates for you, asking the right questions.
You hope to make that right.
And getting results.
They sent a water heater the next day after you made the call.
Call for Action, only on News 3 Now.
Again, we do have winter weather advisories in effect for southern Wisconsin for tonight and Wednesday due to some light snow coming through. Snow totals really trending towards an inch of accumulation, but the wind's really picking up. So blowing snow will be a concern for the Wednesday morning commute, reducing visibility significantly across the area, especially on those rural roads. We also have alert days in the forecast for Friday and Monday due to the cold that will follow this system. We'll be right back.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget to wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Had enough? No, arthritis. Here, Aspirin arthritis.
Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation.
Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspirin.
In today's Final Touch, a team builder in northern Germany has had enough of the pandemic.
And he's not being sheepish about it at all. Well, actually, he is. The company's using a flock of friendly sheep to try and spread the COVID-19 vaccine message beyond their grass pastures. Using drones and a local flock of sheep from shepherd Stefan Schmidt and his wife Edzold, they used approximately 700 sheep and a few goats to form a giant 100-meter-long syringe seen in full from the air. Germany has lower vaccination rates than most other Western European nations, though many Germans are simply unsure if they should get a jab rather than being opposed to vaccinations.